Boy, beautiful day. Just want to preface this video. I hope you'll enjoy this piece of work I did here. It's a kind of a political satire type thing, you know. This is camera crooked. I look crooked, don't I? This is not a Batman scene. There we go. Okay. Well, they always had the whole place was sloped to show how crooked the crooked people were in Batman. Anyway, we're you know, dealing with a situation, I just want to say concisely, where people are being very down on people. Like, I saw a bunch of negative press about Ron Paul because he's doing negative things to discredit other candidates. Hey, folks, when the media is completely ignoring you, which they have been as much as possible, I hear Sean Hannity yesterday said he's going to have Ron Paul on, he's going to ask him on the show. He has ignored him even when he's won just straw poll. He's won more polls than anybody by a long shot, I think. I've seen him win up to 96-7% on some debate polls that were large scale. The one on somebody documented, you can look it up, he's got the footage of him going, okay, Ron's up 27,000 to 19,000 for Rick Perry on this, and oops, NBC pulled the whole thing down. Okay, they're not interested in objectively showing us what's going on, it seems to me. We've got some real diverse interests in the whole thing, and there's obviously a lot of people are funded by the world bankers, and their whole media system is funded by the world bankers, so they exert a lot of control over what gets exposure and what doesn't. And so reality has been kind of shielded. Now all of a sudden we see Ron Paul is tied with Newt Gingrich in, you know, the Iowa poll, you know, that's being taken and showing that he may very well get the nomination if that proceeds as it often does. And so now Sean Hannity's finally taking him seriously and going, okay, let's have Ron Paul on the show, and he'll try to ask him some pointed questions, I'm sure, that'll make people speculate that Ron Paul is not balanced or whatever. But he has the essence down. We need to decentralize the corruption. We need to get power back into the hands of the states, because this is what they're using. This centralized corruption is what they're using to do false flag operations, get us into wars that we shouldn't be in, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is all very well. Watch the USS Liberty video if you don't know the history of how this kind of thing happens, okay? Anyway, I just want to preface this video. Enjoy it. And don't, you know, negativity sometimes is a necessary thing. When somebody is, you know, flaming this or that, they can go in and they can say whatever they want. They can say, I'm going to turn this country around, I'm going to do all the right stuff. And then they get in office, or even worse, they throw the election and let Obama get re-elected because they're in the hand of the corporate and world banker interests. I say corporate, there's, you know, never mind, let's define that in a different way. Let me re-explain that. Okay, so, you know, corporate interests. I'm going to re-explain this. I said it one way and I'm like, that's not going to come across clear. You know, some corporations have ties into the whole world banker agenda, and they've got the ability to, you know, change prices on things to make people think things are going better, and play all these games that are social engineering games. They're big enough scale, and they're owned by people that have those interests. They have ties with those interests. So we can't believe everything we're seeing from the media because they're owned by people that are, you know, in league with this. Anyway, so concisely, you know, when you're in a situation where you have somebody who is claiming that, hey, they're going to do all these great things, when they get in office and they don't do it, nobody holds them accountable. And if, of course, we've got Obama in there right now, who he doesn't even have, you know, download his birth certificate. If you get a chance, download it and look at the computer-generated font that is the last digit in the number in the birth certificate. You know, this kind of stuff is just going on, and nobody calls it to account. So you can basically do anything you want when you're in that position at the point we are at in history, unfortunately, where previous, you know, years people would have been held accountable for those things. Not so much now. So we've got to be very careful. The presidency is not the place for a redemption story. It is not the place for saying, hey, I did all this crummy stuff, but now I've got religion, and so anyway, that's what the song's about a little bit. Enjoy the video, and it was just a kind of a slideshow and a song I did that you might enjoy. Okay, yep. Have a good day.